Hi all, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to discuss about a quick roadmap on how to enter into VLSI domain. So if you are an ECE student and if you want to kickstart your career in VLSI domain, then here are the tips that you need to follow from your starting year itself if you are focusing on VLSI domain, because VLSI domain is not easy to get into, and once if you get into this VLSI domain and if you could survive this VLSI domain, then you can make a great fortune by in this VLSI domain, which is why I'm going to suggest a clear cut path to all the ECE freshers who are in their first and second year of their engineering, so that it will be easy for you in order to enter into VLSI domain. Once you get into the fourth year, you will be fully prepared, because many of the students nowadays are requesting me to make a video on this particular concept. Why? Because the students who have entered into the final year, they don't know, they are in a blank situation where they don't know what are the things that they need to prepare in order to enter into this VLSA domain, because VLSA is not just a course of like 3 months or 6 months, so that you can just go into that 6 months course and you can easily enter into it. Even though you can enter into it, in order to in order to survive in that industry, you need to have a good foundation on all your basics. So where does this basics come from? So all the basics that you see in your VLSA domain comes in your academics itself. Okay, so we are going to discuss this point today. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing my channel and hit on the notification bell. Also do follow me on LinkedIn, Instagram, and please check out this video till the end. And if you like this video, please give it a like and also share it to all the VLSI aspirants, right? So coming to, I have segregated this entire journey in a stages. So in the first stage, what is it that you need to concentrate on? You need to concentrate on foundations. As I told you, in order to survive in the VLSI industry, the foundation is very important. You need to know the basics and you need to master in that particular basics. So what are these basics consists of in your VLSI? Like what are the 4 years, within the 4 years of your academics in your engineering, what are the things that you need to concentrate on? The first thing is you need to master in digital and analog electronics. Like digital electronics and analog electronics subject, you need to know everything about the digital and analog electronic basics. Okay, and try to learn C programming very try to know it more, because if you master in C programming, because in any other program, okay, so try to master in digital and electronics concepts. Try to know every concept that you encounter in digital electronics and analog electronics. Also try to make a clear cut notes for that particular thing, so that if you are going to enter into any interviews, if you are going to give any interviews in your final year, these notes will be helpful for you in order to refer. So try to make a notes on digital and analog electronics, and try to master C. Okay, try to know every concept within C language and Boolean algebra. Like you're having like combinational circuits and sequential circuits within digital electronics. Try to master them. Okay, try to know everything related to these concepts and build a strong base on signals and systems. Okay, you'll encounter this subject also. Try to know everything about the signals and systems. Try to know the theorems in that particular thing. Try to know everything that is related to these concepts like digital electronics, analog electronics, and try to master C language syntaxes and all, and then Boolean algebra, and then you need to know everything about signals and systems, right? So these are the things you should concentrate on during your first stage. Now coming to what is the second stage. domain awareness. So you need to know what the VLSA domain actually consists of, because once you set a target, for example, digital domain is categorized into front end domain and back end domain. Okay, so once you know what you are interested in, and once you set a target for that particular domain, like if you want to enter into front end domain, then at that particular point of time you need to know, okay, what does front end consist of, what does back end consist of, and what I need to, again, within front end you are having many other subdomains. So if you try to know all the domains within VLSI, then you will understand which domain you want to enter, and you can particularly focus on that particular domain. Why is this helpful? Why domain awareness is very important in VLSI? Because as I told you, VLSA is not a process of 6 months or a 3 months course. Okay, what are the projects that you have done in your academics also refers, also plays an important role if you want to enter into VLSA domain. Which is why, if you know in which domain you want to enter, then it will be easy for you to choose the project in or relating to that particular domain, so that it will bring more weightage to your resume. Which is why you should definitely, after building the foundation on all the things that we have mentioned before, the second stage is you need to know the domain. You need to know which domain you want to enter into within the subdomains of VLSI domain. Okay, so for this I have made a separate video, like what does the VLSI domain, what are various VLSI domains within uh, VLSA, and for which domain you need to study which course, or you need to refer which book. I have mentioned that particular video. I'll link that in the description box, also in the up here itself. You can just go there and check it out. If you are someone who are new to this, then you will definitely know what are the things that you need to refer, right? Now that is the second stage. So you need to know everything related to VLSA. What are the VLSA roles, and what is front end, what is back end. Okay, and within front end, what are the things that you need to study? For example, if you want to enter into front end, you need to have concept like you need to know about Verilog HDL, and you need to write a codes in Verilog HDL. You just try to write the codes. You try EDA Playground, which is a free source, in order to write a course and simulate them. Okay, so that by doing this you will get an idea, like you can do this at by with your own convenience. As I told you, you have to do this during the second year or third year of your engineering. At that particular point of time you will get a doubt, how can we join a course, and how can we manage both academics and here. Yes, there is no issue for that. There are many YouTube channels which are providing more videos related to the courses, which among which mine is also one channel, where I will be providing courses related to design and verification domain, like Verilog HDL, System Verilog, UVM. So all these courses for free. You can just watch those channels and you can understand what are the things that is required. You can just learn the basics. I'm not telling you to entirely dive into it, but you need to know entire the basics of what does your domain consist of. Just an awareness tour, like, right? So this is your second stage. Now coming to the third stage, get to know the tools and try to practice the codes on that particular tools. Okay, so generally when you are in third year of your engineering, you will be familiar with the tools like Xilinx, Vivado, Model Sim, or Cadence. So depending upon the colleges you are choosing, you will be given many tools like Xilinx, Model Sim, and Cadence. So try to get awareness, try to have a grip on the tools, and try to write a code and simulate that in that particular tools, so that you can easily simulate the circuits, and you can write the test benches with the help of those tools, so that when you enter into the real time industry, basically, if you are already familiar with these tools, you will be more more in weightage, it will add more weightage to your resume. Why is it? Because if you try to build up mini projects by using these tools, just a simple mini projects on FPGAs or HDLs, try to do a mini projects and your main projects also, depending upon the domain you choose, which will bring a more weightage to your resume. Right now, coming to the fourth stage, which should be your projects and internships. This is where your particular domain is useful. Why is it? Because choosing projects and choosing the internship opportunities is very important in order to enter into VLSA domain. Why is it? Because if you are choosing the project which is related to the company, which is related to the domain that you are choosing, then it will definitely add weightage to your resume. Why is it? Because if you are doing a project related to your core that you are choosing, so that you will get aware about all the important concepts that are involved in that particular core concept. For example, if you are choosing a front end domain, and within front end domain, if you are choosing some RTL, or if you are choosing some verification domain, doing the project on that particular concept, like for example, if you are choosing the RTL, and if you are designing some concepts, some basic concept or some higher concept also, if you are choosing some basic concept like traffic light controller as a mini project, then if you can so that when you are entering into any interview or else something, you will have the confidence, yes, that I am doing, since I have done this project, then I will definitely answer their questions easily. So which is why try to do the projects and internships also. If you are going for internship opportunities, try to choose the opportunities wisely based on the domain that you are choosing, so that you will have the awareness of your domain, how the real field is working, how within the real field how actually you do the projects, everything you will understand within the 6 months or 4 months of your duration time in your internship. Which is why try to choose the projects and internships based on the core that you are choosing. Just don't accept any internship opportunities or projects just because you need to do that particular project. Okay, try to choose them wisely. Try to choose in such a way that they bring weightage to your resume, that makes you stand out of others. Okay, in your resume, try to do that. Okay, and then the stage 5, specialize and analyze. So after doing all these three things, all these four things within your 4 years of your engineering, like in the first and second semester, try to get the foundation on the subjects, like as I told you, digital and analog electronics and boolean algebra, so all these things. In the second stage, try to get the domain awareness, and then in the third stage, try to practice the tools and tools, like Xilinx, Vivado, or Model Sim or Cadence, like that. And then try to choose the projects and internships wisely during your last stage of your engineering. And then after that, okay, after these four things, try to specialize and analyze on one particular concept that you are choosing. For example, if you are doing a verification, if you have chosen a verification domain, since I'm a verification trainer, I'm just explaining it with a verification example. This similarly goes with any other domain also. For example, if you are interested in backend, and if you have chosen backend domain, and if you want to enter into PD domain, similarly, just you want to enter into verification domain, in verification domain, along with the four things that you have done during your first, second, third and fourth stages, try to master in one particular course that is related to the verification domain. For example, if you want to enter into verification domain, you need to develop the test benches by using system verilog and UVM. Okay, so advanced concepts in system verilog and UVM, by using these two, you need to write the test benches, and you need to verify, you need to verify the bugs in that particular design which was written by the RTL engineer. So what happens if you are doing specialization in one in on this concept like system verilog and UVM during your final year or after the final year, if you are joining some course, then at that particular point of time, since you have already made all the basics, since you are already familiar with all the basics and within your engineering itself, it will be easily you will be easily adapted to that particular environment and you can easily learn it, which is which is the more problem to many ECE students who are entering into VLSA domain in the present scenario. Why is it? Because many students don't know like what are the things that they need to concentrate on during their ECE academics, and they are ignoring that. So they are ignoring all these basics, like they are ignoring all the things, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, just we have explained. They are ignoring all the things, and when coming to stage 5, they want to revise all these four things at the same time, but it is not possible in such a way, which is why those who are entering into VLSI domain are being threatened. Like they are thinking that VLSI is very vast, that we can't understand it, because you can't understand it because you are not familiar, you have not brushed up your basics during your 4 years of academics. Then how can you expect that the final after you coming from your 4 years, if you are going to analyze or specialize in one particular concept, how can you do that by just explaining, by just starting your journey from that system? For example, I'm telling is, for example, if you don't know anything about, say, if you don't refer anything about C language, if you don't know anything about Verilog HDL, if you don't know anything about system Verilog basics, if I'm telling you to write, because if you are joining, if you are specializing and analyzing, which comes to stage 5, specializing, if you are doing some MTech or if you are doing some course, if you are learning some course, okay, they start there, course will be started from that particular specialization concepts itself. For example, if you are entering into verification domain, your course will be starting from digital electronics. Within the digital electronics, you will be asked to write a code on oscillators, or else something you were asked to like a you were asked to calculate the clock frequency, or you were asked to generate the clocks. So your subject starts from there from specialization. So if you don't know at all what is how to generate a clock, how to what is oscillator frequency and all, how can you understand it? How can you understand the concept if you don't know the basics in that? So this is where the problem actually lies for ECE students. Okay, I have seen many students who are being feared about this VLSI because they are ignoring the basics. So try to understand the basics, and then if you move forward with this specialization, then it will be very helpful for you. Okay, this specialization can be done in any way, like you can do MTech on VLSA, or you can choose any famous institute and you can join there, and you can through that institute you can join, you can have any opportunities with internships, and you're there through which you can kickstart your career. Or you can join any startup companies, because nowadays many startup companies have come into existence, which is why you can join in any startup company and try to do one or two projects in that startup company, which will bring you experience on how the actual real world projects are being done, through which you can move your career in VLSI, right? So this is about how to create a roadmap for VLSA for an ECE student. Okay, so try not to be fear of VLSI, because VLSA, I know VLSA is very vast, but how much even it is 1,000 miles of journey also, you need to start it with some baby steps. Okay, so these are the baby steps that you need to consider in order to enter into VLSI domain, right? So hope this video is helpful for you. If you like this video, please do like it and also share it to all the VLSI aspirants. That is all for today. Thank you.